Check one, two, the bros are here. Talking soccer, sipping root beer. From the stands to the pitch to your ears tonight. They break it down, no fluff, no gloss. Goals and misses, they count the cost. Laugh aloud while they analyze the fight. RSL bros, they're running the show. Kicking it live where the fans all go. From the mountains high to the valley low. RSL bros, they're in the know.
RSL Nation!
Welcome back, everybody. It's good to be back. Marcos and Christian here.
I was gonna say, it feels a little quiet without Alan tonight.
Feels a little, but Alan is not here, unfortunately. But the show does go on without Alan.
You've got the better looking RSL bros anyway here.
The RSL bros with hair tonight. So
it's the hair episode. No, but excited to be back. We've got an exciting episode for y'all this round. Lots to talk about. Marcos, what's on the docket for this episode?
Yeah, we have one preseason game that we're going to talk about, RSL versus Bromby, which is like a great matchup that we'll talk about. And then we have a bunch of new RSL players that are on the docket that just got signed, and that some that just finished a physical, some that are here in Utah. So we'll talk about those. And then, of course, everybody's favorite segment to wrap it up, some Instagram questions for you guys. So without further ado, let's get right to it. So RSL in their second preseason match over there in Portugal against Bromby, against Gavin Beers. And just like we saw in the first game, we have a 3-back. So we have a 3-2-4-1. Very similar lineup format. Same lineup that we saw in the first game. So we saw Rafa, Yedlin, Glad, Engel, Kaliskin, Ruiz, and then we saw Dom, Luna, and Ruben Macias, Gozo, and then Trialist up top.
Now, before people get after us and are like, oh, we saw the name on the jersey, the club has not officially announced this individual, and they've actually asked that we don't announce the individual, so we will respect that. So Trialist will remain Trialist. And can we say Trialist scored a banger of a goal to kick it off?
But I was kind of surprised. That's not like Diego Luna to pass the ball like that. Normally we see Diego Luna to wanting to take that shot right away, but he was kind of, I see an open man, I'm going to find Trialist, and Trialist did what Trialist was supposed to do.
That shows some good maturity from Diego Luna, I think, and how I've always had the opinion I love Diego Luna as a person, love him as a player, but one of the things that fans in general mistake, they have a basketball mentality when it comes to star soccer players. That mentality that with a star soccer player that they're going to come in and they're just going to score a million goals. And that's with where Diego Luna plays on the field, that's not his main job. Now, is he still going to score goals? Yeah. And we're gonna get more bluey dances this year. I wonder if we could even get a 6-7 out of him this season. Hey, for the fans, right? But his goal is to create opportunities, to create plays, and he did that exactly. You know, whether he's playing in the number 10 role or any of the wing spots, those aren't the finishers. Those are guys that'll take goal opportunities when they can, but it's more to create opportunities for the number 9. The number 9, Mr. Trialist, and Trialist did his job.
Yeah. And to your point, Trialist had a good first half, a good finish from Diego Luna. But I want to go over to Ruben Macias. Ruben Macias also had a good first half. As many people know, he was with the Monarchs last season and had a good showing with the Monarchs. And he's trying to prove in this go around again in this match against Bromby that he deserves some time with the first team. And he did a good job up top with Luna as well as Gozo. And of course, we have the unfortunate blunder from Rafa in that first half. Ugh. Very, very few times will we ever see that out of our star keeper. And I'm glad that we see it now in preseason because, of course, we don't want to see that first game against Vancouver or Seattle. And you could see the frustration on the look of Rafa's face when he made that mistake right away.
Well, and I think you said it perfectly. Make those mistakes now. get the kinks out of the iron now before going into the season. And I think it was just a quiet, harmless, ultimately harmless reminder of just being on top of the ball and just being aware of your positioning and just. But to be fair, that was an excellent goal by Broadby at the same
Oh
time.
yeah. Yeah, to be able to chip a keeper like Rafa being so far off his box because we're used to having Rafa with the ball at his feet and just looking for the pass, but just wasn't there unfortunately. But overall, Christian, what grade do you give that first half for RSL's performance against Brøndby?
Uh, I would give it a B minus.
B minus?
B
That
minus. So it was a solid half. I mean, obviously we saw some changes in the lineup from the previous game to this game. Bromby is a much better team than Ronders. Much better
absolutely
team. Like there's a
definitely.
night and day difference. Bromby's the type of team that would compete in MLS.
Yeah. Yeah, it
And
was very similar to the Randers game in the first one, where it took RSL a little bit to get going, to get their shots, get their first goal. But once they did, RSL had control in that first half, and you could see that they're pleasant right there. And then
and
going
Gavin
into half,
Beavers had a great game too. I
he
mean,
did, he did. Besides, obviously giving up that one goal, he had some tremendously good saves, which it's not good to see him in a different uniform. We wish
it's
he was still
weird.
with us.
It's still weird, and it's been a couple of years now.
And I would say
But
I love seeing some of those pictures on Instagram, seeing him with Gozo and seeing him with Mirza. Love it, love it. And then going into the second half, we see that it was the first 10 minutes. We see still the first half guys still working their
mhm.
kinks, still working it out. And then
I
it's about the
like
fifth,
that. I like that change a lot too. Keep that momentum from the first half going instead of just a massive shift change into the second
right?
half. Sorry,
Right.
continue.
No, no, I absolutely I agree. I hope that we see that more in these next couple of preseason matches. Yes, we're so accustomed to seeing halftime. Okay, everybody switch second roster. But no, get the closer that we get to the regular season, let's get more and more minutes for these guys. But no, it was about the 55th minute or so. That's when we see the whole second half, the second string guys get their minutes. We see Mason get go into goal. We see Junqua, we see Kobe, we see PQ, and then we go into that midfield. We see Alex, we see
Omar.
Luca Moisa, Omar. We see Wolf, we see Aiden Harzarkani, Pule, and then Booth over on that left hand side.
Okay, question for you though. Do you see Catranes as a second stringer or
You know,
I don't.
it's so difficult. I was thinking about this question today with how RSL is going to be playing a three back this season and how deep we are with our defenders. We'll talk about some of those signings in a second, but it's just so hard because now we have that battle of Alex and Sam and who's going to play center back and vice versa. And so I don't know. Like
Well,
there's so many options.
if you take a look at the formation, Catranes came in and played in that left mid position rather than a true center back position. That left side where he's comfortable, and that's where Miss Macialis. Gosh, that okay, good. I'm like, poor. I don't want to butcher his name. He's gonna listen to this. He's like, dude, you can't say my name. But that's where Macialis was playing. Now, Catranes has a lot more experience than Macialis on that end, so I could see him stepping into that. I could see Catrani stepping into that spot full time for the first team because obviously there were some people in that first the first team half that weren't necessarily first team. I think Catranis was there to provide experience and leadership to the second stringers that were there.
Oh, definitely. Him and Sam both
Hmm.
brought that experience, brought what was definitely needed because obviously we have that youth in the likes of Moisa as well as Omar Marquez that work in that midfield. But was there anybody besides obviously Alex had that beautiful goal from that assist from Sam, which absolutely fantastic. Very rarely do we see that over the top long ball assist
Hmm.
from Sam to be able to finish a great goal by Alex.
Sam and Alex work really well together. I think Tyler Wolf was still a very good pressure from the right hand side as well. Kept Bromby on their toes because it wasn't just straight down the left side through Alex the whole time. They had to deal with pressure on both sides of the field,
Exactly.
and I think Tyler Wolf did a good job. And I mean, the rest of the group did fine. Mason had a much better game
Yeah.
against Ronby. Definitely, I think the Randers or Ronders or whatever game was him shaking off the proverbial cobwebs a bit,
No, definitely.
and um, also I think the back line uh, they had a much better second game as well.
Definitely. Obviously, we had the blunder in the first game with PQ and Kobe, unfortunately. But in this second game with Bromby, I was once again impressed with Booth. He
Hmm.
just kept up with what he did in the first game, having his good attack, showing that he does deserve to be in contention of being possibly a starter or right off the bench. So he's looking good. Player that kind of I was like not the greatest was Peel for me. I was kind of very much underperformed.
Yeah, I mean, he is showing why he's not the starting striker.
Yeah, I was just like, it is what it is.
And
But
especially once Olatunji's visa issues are taken care of, he could, I mean, I really hate to say this. Peel could easily see himself ending up as a third string if the trialist stays on with the team.
definitely, definitely. But overall, great performance, especially
Hmm.
to go 2-0 first two games in Portugal against, I would say, a mediocre Ronders, mediocre Bromby. But
Yeah.
going into tomorrow's final game in Portugal, obviously it'll be Friday, 4 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Whew.
What are you looking for in that one? Going against FC Dallas. So finally we get the real quote unquote competition.
This is where I think we see Pablo actually start to solidify a starting 11. This is actual, these are actual opponents that we are going to see in the regular season. And
Right?
so this is a good chance to be like, all right, we now have legitimate, solid MLS competition on the field against us here. Because FC Dallas, they are consistently good. And they're a dangerous squad. Obviously, we're familiar with their starting striker, Anderson Julio. And I'm expecting a lot of pressure from them on the front end. And this will be interesting to see how RSL can react to counterattacks. That is something that Dallas is very good at is the counterattack, especially with an Anderson Julio. That's what Anderson Julio thrives off of. So I think we start seeing that more solidified 11, and I see this as good practice on how to deal with the counterattack. But Marcos, there is the one negative about besides the 4 a.m. kickoff time tomorrow.
And
There's
no
one other
stream.
negative. There's no stream tomorrow, but honestly, it's 4 a.m. I think we'll be okay this time.
Give it to me. What's the one negative?
That's it. That there's no stream.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know. I'm very disappointed. The the FC Dallas game as well as the final two games in California, there'll be no stream. But I guess to your point with this final game against Dallas in Portugal, I just want to see Pablo show his correct starting 11 because we
Hmm.
only have 3 weeks until the first game in Vancouver. So I want to see
Oh man,
I want to see these guys at their full potential. And as we know, we obviously saw on Instagram, Olatunji is in Portugal, so I'm assuming that he'll probably be playing in this last game against FC Dallas. It would make sense,
I
right?
hope so. You know what?
So
I was hoping for a little bit. So one of the things we'll talk about here in just a little bit are the signings, but we did steal a player from Brondby. I was literally hoping that he would play that the Brondby game. He did not. But I thought that just would have been really funny. Be like, hey guys, so I'm just
well,
gonna
let's get right,
shuffle on over to this to the bench here.
well, let's get right to it. RSL signed Stein Spearings from Bromby. He is on contract with RSL. Looks like until June of 2028.
That's a solid contract. Um,
So we obviously we talked about it last episode. Obviously the rumors, the potential, all these things. But now that it's official with Stein Spirings, Christian, do you see him as a Ojeda replacement?
um,
obviously we haven't seen him play
We
a
haven't seen.
single.
Yeah, we haven't seen him play yet. I would say maybe. I think they're looking him more as a hybrid Ojeda Gonçalves
Yeah,
replacement. I think that that's more correct because he does primarily play central midfielder and Ojeda is more of a defensive midfielder. Um, so I think it's a little bit of both.
yeah. Like
What?
I. I would love to see him as a starter next to either Anelli or Caliskin, because for me, Anelli and Caliskin are very vice versa. Both are very versatile.
Mhm.
But I'm impressed. I was looking at his stats wise. I was looking at watching highlights today of Stein. Very smart player on the ball in the midfield. So he knows how to control that midfield and bring leadership too.
And honestly, controlling the midfield, especially in a league like MLS, is so important. And
Definitely.
I don't think people realize how important it is until you have somebody who doesn't control the midfield, and all of a sudden you see there's just chaos, and your team's constantly playing on the back foot, and it feels like the beginning of last season, and just all the.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see him play. Um, RSL also. Um, And so we're waiting on are we still waiting on confirmation for these other three? I think we're still waiting on confirmation for these other three, but Marcos, talk to us about the other give us the names and then just talk to us about
So
who they are.
they're official, but not official. Obviously, Tom leaked it official, but we're obviously waiting on RSL to announce it. So the first one, Morgan. I'm gonna butcher his last name, but I've been practicing my Guianan all afternoon. So Morgan Gialavogu, he plays currently for is it with Lens
Mhm.
over there in the French league.
France. Oh,
And this one, obviously, a
sorry.
lot of RSL fans have been asking for goals. They've been asking for attack because obviously, with losing now Diogo today, and obviously losing Ruan Cruz, it can't just be the Victor show up top. Now we have Morgan to help with that. Thoughts, Christian? Do you think that this is the answer to help with Victor?
Mm, I don't know.
Yeah, because
That
honestly, people are looking at his stats. It's saying 16 appearances with Lens and one goal, but scored 37 with Paris FC through 2 seasons.
I'm yeah, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Um But one goal in 16 appearances. He's got more yellow cards than goals. He's only started for Lens about 16% of the time. So not terribly good on the outlook. However, it could be he just doesn't want to be at Lens. I mean, take a look at Diogo. Diogo, solid player for Copenhagen. Played Champions League minutes, scored in the Champions League, did well, and then came over, and then the whole Chicho debacle happened, which we're not going to give our opinion on again. And he was like,
Yeah, yeah.
and so it could be something similar where Morgan's just like, I just want to leave, and
No,
you know,
well after
Ligoon is arguably not that good of a league overall. It's very top heavy with PSG and maybe Marseille and Lille, maybe.
yeah, after reading some Twitter comments about their fans about him leaving, they're all sound very excited. They're sounding saying that he wasn't a great player. He was very lackluster. So I'm like, eek. Are we getting another Diogo replacement? So
I
I don't
I
know.
I, I don't mind if he's a Giogo replacement as long as he plays like he wants to be here.
Yeah.
And
So
if we can show him love out the gate as a fan base and welcome him and show that he is wanted here, which like if he performs, I want him here.
yeah. So he also obviously he plays that attacking role and he plays on that right mid. So if we do play that 4-4, I guess what is it, 3-5-2? Do you see him playing up top with Victor?
That would make sense to me.
Yeah, or I don't know. There's so many different options, routes that we could go in this formation. You could be a Gozo up top with Victor, but yeah, this signing for me personally, I like it. I like it. He brings that experience from playing in the French league. He knows what it means to compete with the big dogs.
It's true. That is one thing I kind of took a dump on Ligue 1 a little bit because again, it's not a competitive league. Even though I will say, talking about Morgan's previous club, Paris FC, they did eliminate PSG from the Coupe de France, which I thought was hilarious because their stadiums are across the street from each other. Y'all,
Facts.
if you haven't looked it up, it is literally
You can almost touch
like it
them.
would for if we wanted to compare it to America First Field, where the best club in MLS plays, it would be like
The
the
movie theater across the street.
the Monarchs having their stadium where Jordan Commons is,
Yeah.
or if we get a USL League One team here, that team being at Jordan Commons, like it's that
It's nuts.
close.
It's nuts.
They
Yeah.
probably had Monty Python-esque screaming matches at each other.
Oh, could you imagine? Oh, that'd be quite the match.
Uh,
But then we get
but
to our third player that is potentially signed by RSL, Juan Arias, who, funny enough, is over there in Colombia, the same club that Chicho is about to go over to in Atlético Nacional. So,
I mean, so in the RSL, the super secret RSL Bros chat, I was like, "Hey, Chicho said he is arriving," and Juan Arj is like, "I'm out." But
uh,
they are completely different positions.
yeah, obviously, as we know, Chicho plays up top as a striker. Juan Arias plays as a center back. So a lot of people have been asking, does this mean that Justin Glad is beginning going on the bench? Does this mean that who? So your thoughts on this one, Christian?
That is a great question. I don't know because while the criticisms of Glad's playing as of late are valid, he still does bring a lot to the field, especially that composure and that leadership on the back line. There's no denying he is a phenomenal leader on the back line.
Definitely, definitely.
Um, he is getting on the quote unquote older side though. He's what, the ripe old age of 28, I think.
So
Um,
Juan Arias, he will be a
oh he
U22. He'll be a U22 initiative player.
yeah,
So
no, but
he
Justin
he
Glad.
fin- oh yeah, yeah. Juan, he finished up his medical today with the team. So that's huge.
So I think he's going to give Justin a run for his money.
Oh,
That's what I'm
100%.
gonna say. That without speculating on whether Justin's gonna get benched or not, because I'm not. I know I'm here to give my opinion, and people are listening to my opinion, but with this much depth on the back line, I legitimately don't know.
No, I like this pickup of Juan Arias. I don't want to compare any players, but kind of a very similar to a Brian Vera, obviously because they're both Colombian. But I was watching highlights of Juan Arias today, and they both bring that drive, that fight on that back line to help push forward and want to bring those goals. So I like this. I like this pickup. It looks like the fee seems to be about 2.5 mil, and like I mentioned, he's a U22 initiative player. So good pickup there. And then the last pickup,
Another Juan.
another Juan.
Uh, Juan Manuel Sanabria. Talk to us about him. What do you know, Marcos?
So if anybody remembers Leagues Cup from last year, you'll remember Atletico San Luis. We played against him, and Juan Sanabria, he played a full 90 against RSL, so he knows RSL like the back of his hand probably. So, and good pickup. And of course, he plays for the Uruguay national team as well.
Uh-huh. That would be it would be a massive uh pickup if we got him. And
So Sanabria plays over on that left back role, and of course, as we know, That's the role with Sam and Alex. So how do you think that Sanabria is going to fit in right there?
Ugh. That is a phenomenal question. I don't know. Again, this goes back to my we suddenly have a ton, we're going to have a ton of depth on our back line, which is a
Like,
beautiful problem to have.
no,
But
like
it is a problem.
we went from this offseason, from the last game of the season, like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? Our back line sucks. To now we have so much depth.
Here's the thing. De I think it's going to be a battle between Sanabria and Engel.
Yeah.
And if Sanabria is the one that's performing at a more consistent level and playing at a World Cup level, he might get the nod over Engel for the starting 11.
You think so?
Possibly. I'm not,
Interesting.
but Engel's been doing a fantastic job as
Yeah.
well. So that's why I say I don't know. Before Lucas Engel is like, oh, I'm gonna listen to RSL podcast. Hey, who the heck, right? Before you freak out at me with your nicely new clean shaved head, Lucas. I don't know.
I think Lucas and Alan go to the same barber.
Lucas still has more hair than Alan, though.
That's true. That's true. The joys of Alan not being here.
So we shall see.
Yeah, we shall see. But I love it. I was looking, that's 6 transfers RSL has gotten this offseason, which is more than I feel like that we've had in a long time. And I also looked 15 mil
I was gonna say,
RSL front office has spent this offseason.
everyone's going. You know, how long is this going to take? Why isn't RSL making any moves all of a sudden? It just feels like. Brrr. Remember a couple episodes ago where I was like, I don't think we're done yet. We're going to see moves.
Well, what people need to realize is how long this process takes to sign players. We mentioned a couple episodes back. This isn't like FIFA where you can just go click, 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 click. I want this, this. No, no, you got to go through the paperwork. You got to go through the long, 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 long process.
Hey, the RSL bros know ball. You may not agree with our opinions sometimes, but we know ball.
It's facts. It's facts.
Oh, we're getting close to the end of the episode already. It's crazy what happens when a third of you are gone.
I know, I know, I know. Right, Alan?
Right, Alan? Oh, this might be me in a couple weeks, though. But we'll see. We'll see if I just maybe phone in for that episode where I'm traveling.
But everybody, it's your favorite time of the episode. It is some Instagram questions time. So let's
I
get
have
right
not
to it.
seen these at all. So
Christian's going
this,
in blind.
th
Alan's probably going in blind.
let us know if you want Alan's take on some of these. Maybe we'll make him do an Instagram post where he answers these questions
Next time. Next time. Ooh, I like
next
it.
time.
Here we go. Predictions for the new signings. Sanabria, Engel, Morgan, Spirings, Arias. Ooh, that's a good question. Obviously, we haven't seen any of these play. Um, my predictions, I think that they are Morgan and I feel like Spirings, they're gonna bring a nice attack to our
Mhm.
midfield.
And I think we're gonna see a battle on the back line for spots, especially if we're playing a three back.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a bloodbath.
No, we've already seen from Engel. Obviously, Engel brings a good showing, a good pairing with
Mhm.
Glad. He helps out Glad a lot. And with Sanabria and Arias, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what those two have in store for us. Here we go. Next question. Which new signings are you guys most excited for? Um,
Honestly, if I had to pick, it's gonna be Angle and Arias.
I'm gonna go Spirings. I'm gonna go Spirings. Just because
Cool.
I want to see what he can help out in that midfield, and because we have that huge, massive void in that midfield, see what he can improve for us.
Fair.
I like this next question. Play you guys' intro song. Each of you guys gets 10 seconds to sing. Listener decides who sings it best.
Oh,
Oh, do you really want to hear us sing? Oh
uh,
boy.
oh, I don't have it on my laptop. Or
Okay.
I don't even have a laptop. on my PC. So let's save that for a later time. Maybe if you come to our watch party, we'll sing it for you.
Maybe, maybe. Here we go. Next question. Ooh, here we go. Would you guys rather RSL go back to back in an MLS Cup or USA win the 2026 World Cup?
Oh,
Mm, you're gonna hate me for this,
oh.
but I'm gonna go an RSL back to back. Reason being is I feel like if RSL were to go back to back, winning not just one but two MLS Cups, that would help grow the sport of soccer more and more in the state of Utah.
But the U.S. winning the World Cup would be so good.
It's true. It's true.
Oh. Just to be the dissenting opinion here, I'm gonna say the U.S. winning the World Cup, even though RSL back to back would be incredible. Actually, no, sorry, I'm gonna change my answer. RSL back to back because just because the U.S. probably won't win this time doesn't mean they can't win it in the future.
It will come eventually in our lifetime.
I think so.
Next question for RSL making moves, but is it too late? RSL Apollo excused things last season due to lack of preseason. I I don't think it's too late. I don't think it's too late at all. Yes, we're looking at the schedule. We're 3 weeks out until Vancouver, but no, I think we still got plenty of time for all the new guys to gel and work well together.
I'm gonna have to agree. To quote 3 days grace, it's not too late. It's never too late.
No, no. I think people are expecting us to sign players as soon as the we get knocked out. No, no, we gotta take time. Gotta take time, people. It's gonna happen. So, with how preseason is going and the recent transfer rumors, how optimistic are you guys really?
I think you're gonna have to wait for our official season predictions for that.
I do
That,
concur.
yeah, I mean, but here's the thing. I will always be optimistic for RSL.
Yeah.
RSL is my club through and through, and so I am always going to be borderline delusionally optimistic that they will perform well.
No, I agree. I've been looking at all of our signings that we've done, these four signings, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we got the best back line, we got the best midfield. But maybe I need to take off my fan glasses and have like a look realistically and be like, okay, do we really? So stay tuned in about 2 weeks when we make our in-season predictions for that.
Yeah.
Next question: is there anyone else that you could see leaving RSL before the window closes?
Honestly, no, at this point. I would
Yeah,
be shocked.
I agree. I agree. Obviously, we've been seeing a lot of the rumors of Gozo and then recently of Luna, but if either, it'll be after the World Cup. Nothing,
Mhm.
nothing now. I just it wouldn't make sense to be doing another player on the way out right now.
Yeah, no, yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, no, no, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, no.
next question for us. With Diogo being out now and Arsenal having two DP spots open, who should take up those spots?
Honestly, probably I would say Spearings and Sanabria.
Interesting. You wouldn't give a DP to Luna?
Oh, I mean, if we're gonna lose him in the summer, no.
No? That's where it's tough. That's where it's tough. Obviously, it
That's
depends on for me, I'm gonna go Luna and
that's
then
fair.
I'm gonna go Spearings for my two DPs. Because I feel like if we put a DP tag on Luna, then maybe potentially he'll stay here longer.
Hmm.
Here we go. And our last and final question of the night, unfortunately. Here we go. Would you guys be happy if RSL won the League's Cup or meh?
I would be thrilled.
Right? Right?
I,
First and foremost, I
I
don't know if you
would
guys know this. If you
run
win the
down the
League's
street
Cup,
with my shirt off.
yeah, yeah.
Woo!
If you win the League's Cup, you punch your ticket to the CONCACAF Champions Cup.
Cup.
Yeah.
You almost said league. You were that
No,
close.
I
Saying
was.
league.
No, but still, and plus it's a trophy. I don't know who would say no to winning a trophy.
If your team won a trophy, would you be happy with it? Nah.
Uh, some people, some people. But if you guys don't know already, February 21st, Christian, Allen, and myself, we are going to be at Kaye for our watch party. So make sure you guys are
Watch
there.
party. Watch
Watch
party.
party. Watch party.
It
5:30 kickoff. It's going to be a blast. It's going to
it's
be a
gonna be a
blast.
good time. I don't know. Are we doing any giveaways or anything there?
TBD, TBD, TBD,
TBD. Let's
TBD.
see if we can.
But we want to see you guys' faces. So come play some
Yeah.
soccer. Come cheer on RSL. First game of the season as they play against Vancouver Whitecaps.
Whew. Wow, this was a quick episode.
You guys,
Thank you for
obviously,
listening, though.
if you guys were looking forward to hearing from Alan, you'll catch Alan next week. But
He'll
Christian, you
be
got anything else?
back.
You got any Christian? You got anything else to say?
I mean, I'm just looking forward to seeing the RSL family again, seeing the the amazing supporters groups and the fans, and honestly, the staff that we interact with. Love them to death. So
Absolutely,
it's been too long. I'm excited to see my RSL family again.
absolutely, absolutely. You guys, we're only a couple weeks. We're 3 weeks out until RSL is back against Vancouver, like we said. Mark it on your calendar. We'll see you guys at Kaye. And if you guys are not already, head over to Instagram, head over to X, head over to TikTok. Follow us at the RSL Bros. Catch us wherever you catch your podcasts on Spotify and Apple. And make sure you watch us on YouTube as well. But until then, we will catch you guys next week.
Boom.
Ciao, ciao.